Hello pilots and welcome to Season 4 of Flight Academy, brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil. Full format rules and lists are in the description below, and you can see all the lists in the video linked in the top right hand corner of the screen now. But for this game, I am joined once again by...
Hey guys, it's Andy.
Hey Andy, thank you very much once again for joining us. Lovely to have you. We took a little bit of a break from having you playing. We thought we'd get some other ships on the board, so we actually have myself versus Conor. It's the Stress Boys versus the Pointy Crew. Pointy Crew, should we go? Yeah, we'll work on that one later.
The Swordfish.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I think like the B-wings are they're a tough cookie to crack because there's a lot to them. I know they just have one green dice, don't they? But I mean, they're tough. They can turn around. They're in your face. I think and we had two lists, didn't we? Picking up B-wings. I think they are a good ship for Flight Academy. Yeah,
I mean, you're looking at 8 health on them. Yes, 1 evade, but a dial that is pretty enviable with a 2k and a 1 talon. They can turn around really quickly, and especially these two who just go stress. Awesome, we'll take more, please. And that's stabilized S-foils and auto blasters. Oh, it's going into this. I was quite concerned about these two ships, thinking, right, I need to pick when I get into range. I need to make sure that when I get in range, I can actually cause damage and not leave myself exposed.
Yeah, and I can see you're flying down the edge of the board, perhaps hoping to get a flank on, but then with the barrel rolls they've got here, although that one's not going to fit.
Doesn't fit, but you know what? Connor's like, all right, it's fine. But yeah, I mean that's the thing. They look to try and get that flank, but they've just gone no, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, my main aim here is to not get caught out in that range 2 forward up, like wedge, when they've got me target locked. Especially with Marksmanship.
Taking engagements here at range 3 probably favours you, I would say. If keeping at range 3 where you've got those extra green dice probably keeps you a bit safer. But yeah, it's difficult to keep at range 3.
Yeah, because they don't have any tokens right now. They don't have any stress tokens, which is ideal for me as well, because it's once these two get their target locks, their focuses, their stress tokens, they become incredibly annoying. Brain and re-rolling, 10 just spending stress like it's candy. It becomes very awkward, but looks like Addy, I believe, is out of range, so no shot there. Did try and boost in, but didn't quite manage it.
That was unfortunate with that boost.
Yeah.
You would, because it looks like you possibly would have had bullseye.
Yeah. Oh, but going aggressive, that's putting 1 through on Braylon. It's a start.
For sure.
I mean, we need to do as much work as I can as early as possible. So I'm going to be getting 2 range 3s back. 3 hits straight away. All of the evades.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was a hot roll on the red dice there.
I mean, it was a good roll on the greens as well. I mean, you'd think even though you got that many greens, it's still tricky. Matching result for result in hits to evades. I will take that if it continues all game. Thank you very much. But this is where it's going to get tricky now, because Conor can now actually have a lot more control of what's going to happen. Like a 1 forward from Braylon, I imagine some form of target lock barrel roll to give him the lock, give him the stress that he wants.
And what were you thinking here? Were you going to try and sit I don't know if you remember what you did, but do you think you're going to try and sit at range 1, or are you going to maybe try and whiz past and turn around?
I think what I wanted to do was try and, where possible, not be in too many arcs at once. I'm noticing that he's obviously targeting Adi Gallia, which I think is the right option for Conor, because Adi's going to be the harder one to actually avoid the double tap.
Yeah.
So a very good shout there. But I think Obi-Wan, I can probably sneak into a gap there. Ooh. Now do I... Interesting.
You still got this... Ah, I see. Okay.
I mean, I've put myself in a position where I'm definitely going over that obstacle next turn. Clearly,
Looks
either...
like you've dodged both the arcs.
Yeah, clearly either I am a complete idiot, which is not out of the realms of possibility, or I have a plan.
Well, if Adi Gallia dodges the arcs as well, then that is fantastic. But if you can dodge arcs with one of your ships and the other one's still in arc, it's less effective, isn't it?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, there we go. Barrel roll up. Maybe boost around, possibly avoiding the... Oh, that's definitely got out of 10's arc there. Have I got out of range 3 of Braylon though?
If you have, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With obviously Braylon being stressed as well, he's going to have to do a blue maneuver, which actually favours me quite heavily there. Yeah, spend the force, 2 hits and a crit onto 10 numb, and that's 2 shields going in. Shame it couldn't be onto Braylon to maximise. Range 3 onto Addy.
It's obstructed. It's hard to tell from here.
No, it wasn't, due to the way the arc actually...
where the arc is. Okay. Yeah.
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 If it was closest to closest, it would almost be, but again, you got to go, and there we go. There's the one evade I needed.
Oh, that's
you got
nice.
to go closest to closest within arc.
Within arc, yeah. I think what you've done with your ships there is quite nice, because Conor's now probably thinking, you know, because you're going to be splitting up now. So, what is he going to do? Who's he going to go for? He's going to have to make that decision.
Conor's probably also thinking, what an absolute madman, he's parked himself in front of the crab claw. Like, that's not going to go good for anybody. Oh, and I think. Oh, that's a bump
that
there
is
from
unfortunate.
Braylon. B-wing bumps.
All these boosts and barrel rolls, you're making him dizzy.
Yeah.
That was your tactic.
Just sort of saying to Conor, let's use my token because it's a lot thinner than his.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't mind the official ones, but I just find them quite big. Oh, there's a damage as well on Braylon. I'll take it.
That's fortunate.
And what are we doing with Obi-Wan? Not caring, 5k turn straight over.
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, if you're gonna do a K turn and get stressed and skip your action, why not do it over an obstacle, right?
And take an ion, which does mean that I should be breaking my locks. It's something I've recently found out, that when you get ionized, you actually break your locks.
Oh yes, I didn't know that either. I think that was a comment on one of the previous videos, wasn't it? So
it was.
Well observed, that person.
So obviously, when you guys comment on the videos with like mistakes that you've spotted, firstly, thank you very much. We absolutely love that. We don't know the rules inside and out. We are much more casual players, just looking to have fun, not hardcore tournament goers, maybe one day. So definitely feel free to let us know if you notice anything that we've not done quite right. With this, we've obviously, all of this is pre-recorded in advance, so we have actually finished recording everything. So any mistake you see that you note on a video may pop up again later, because by the time you've obviously let us know, we've actually finished recording. But in future, we will make sure that it is right. So still let us know.
And also just to note as well, I think in this format, we are playing against the clock, aren't we? So I think it is easy to miss triggers and make mistakes because you're so conscious of the time as well.
25-minute timer. Ouch, 10 numbers getting absolutely battered there with a loose stabilizer and a fuel leak. 25-minute timer, and I am being an absolute git and trying to get everyone to go as quickly as possible. I mean, we did 3 nights, 4 hours a night, 14 games on the first 2 nights. So we'd played 28 games within 8 hours. And then on night 3 we did the last 12, I think it was. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember. We did the remaining games on the last night. But yeah, we had 2 tables on the go back to back. See what's happening there. Oh, getting the evades as well. I am
On
sorry,
fire.
Connor. Yeah. Sorry, Connor. But here comes. Is that in range of auto blasters? Looks like it. So re-rolling because of 10. Again, saying no thank you. Wow.
This is a commanding position to be in.
Yeah.
I know Obi-Wan's iron, but I mean,
He can still bank, though.
is it? That's true.
He can still
one
bank, which is like, that makes like Ion so much better.
Yeah, because previously you absolutely shut down, and you always had that risk, didn't you, as well, about getting ironed off the board. Which, although it's fun for your opponent to do, it's really not fun when that does. If you get a ship ironed off the board. So at least if you can do a bank, you can possibly avoid that.
I mean, sometimes there's literally nothing you can do, and it's going to happen either way, but that's fine. But you do have more flexibility, being able to do the one bank instead. Because right now, if I had to do a 1 forward, I'd be in a very tricky position with that obstacle again in front of me. I'd probably be able to avoid it with a 1 hard. But right now, 1 bank, most likely, to the left. And the best bit is, I get a focus and I've lined up my bullseye.
Yeah.
Like, this, like the new IR rule there has actually, again, yes, I shouldn't have a target lock. But I do still have a range 1 with calibrated laser targeting, 2 force, and a focus. And marksmanship.
Yeah, that's a nice position to be in. I mean, you don't mind going toe-to-toe with B-Wing in that position. And actually, he's got 2 whole left, so you could be in a position where you can take the pilot. And
he's got a fuel leak as well. So if I can get the crit through with marksmanship, I mean, I have to say, I feel that I'm in a very strong position here. Like things have gone. Yeah, here we go.
That's it.
Like that's a bit like Conor rolled the dice. There was no point. I didn't even use marksmanship there, but that's 10 num down.
Yeah, and the initiative kill again.
I did what I wanted to do, which was to sort of bait him in a little bit and then throw him through a loop. Like, get him to come in, to get my locks on, and then just try and get away for a little bit, and then make him have to then chase me until I can turn around and be in a much favourable position. that's more evades. What on earth is happening with my green dice? Like, I have matched Connor's result
Put a
100% so far.
Put a link on eBay after the video to your green dice and see how many hits you get.
Tempted. But I mean, saying that, obviously that's one ship down. It's still not a given. I mean, one of these Delta 7s could pop really quickly. If Connor's able to get a shot with, like, if he's able to get maybe a range 1 shot with his primary and then an auto blaster shot off the top, he could pop one of these Delta 7s so easily. So it's not completely over.
Sure. And I guess when you're in the position that you're in now, you have to remember that as well, because it's easy to get complacent, is it? You think, right, I've got the ship advantage, let's tunnel down and get stuck in there. But actually, sometimes you end up making a mistake, don't you, when you feel you've got the advantage?
Yeah, you don't want to get too cocky with it. You still want to think, right, there's 7 minutes to go. I've still got another ship which has got most of its health there. So I still need to be sensible about what I'm doing. I still need to get into those good positions that will help me out, not just this turn, but next turn. Like there. Interesting position.
Yeah, I'm not sure with the obstacle there.
Yeah, I look back at that and I think I'm not 100% sure on that one now, but we shall see. I mean, it could be setting up for a 2 sloop next turn, maybe?
Yeah, that would fit nicely.
One thing I think I would have done before this as well is practiced and sort of like worked out the permutations of the boost barrel roll. Find out what would get me the best angle, because every time I do it, I'm like, I don't know which one's going to get me the best angle. Whether you should boost first or then barrel roll or what.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes you end up in a wildly different position than you expect, though, don't you? You completely overshoot it or completely undershoot it, and then you're stuck vulnerable with no tokens.
Yeah, that is half points on Braden there.
Another nice shot.
Because thinking, like, when you barrel roll first, you've obviously got like 3 positions you can put yourself into, at the forward, middle, and back. So, oh, there we go. There's the 1 Talon from the B-wing. Such a cool move. So cool.
Yeah. Nice. I think I prefer a 1 Talon roll to the 1 K-turn. So obviously you've got you can go left or right, so it's perhaps a little bit less predictable.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Vulture that's got the 1K, if I remember rightly. I mean, both have their uses, but I do think that, yeah, I mean, the 1 Talon is it's pretty cool.
Predicted the slope, didn't you, as well, although obviously, it's you that's playing, but like I said earlier, it's been a while ago, so.
I don't know whether I necessarily predicted the sloop or I just thought, well, he's going to be going through there somewhere. So if I do this maneuver, it's going to give me a solid position to chase him down. If he'd have gone forward, I could have boosted him behind, or if he'd have gone down the board, again, I could have boosted after him. But I've got a nice little box to shoot at there, so spending the force, so that's hit crit. Sorry, Connor.
Ouch.
Reroll for 10. Oh, nice reroll with that stress there, so just the crit. So Braylon, I meant to say. But it was a direct hit, so it didn't really make much difference.
Oh, this is tough.
And then range 1 from Obi-Wan with a focus. No. Marksmanship, no. Oh, hold on. Oh, I think I made a mistake. I think I rolled too many dice. Yeah, I rolled too many dice, so I said, look, we'll ignore that attack.
Oh, okay, I see.
I think I was rolling 3 dice as though it was a range 1. There is the hit crit coming through. And that is a wounded pilot, I believe. Wounded pilot, yes.
It's good to see you resolve that at the table with the extra dice. And like I said earlier, I think with this format, I know you can't tell in the video, but I think players are sweating when you're playing to the clock, because it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's nice in the videos that you speed up the planning phase. Oh, that's a big hit.
So that is a hit crit going through onto Obi-Wan there. What is it? Yeah, damaged engine. Rude, you scratched my paintwork. Yeah, obviously speed up the planning phase, but yeah, 25 minutes is not long. It really isn't a long time, and like, again, although we,
I think I was just highlighting that in the point about making the mistake about the extra dice. And I know when you watch it on stream or on YouTube, the recording, it's easy to spot those mistakes. But actually, I think when you are playing against the clock,
yeah, it's easy to miss those sorts of things. And I think as well, again, with the group of players that we had, any dispute that sort of dispute isn't the right word, but any time that there was a call that came up, obviously either I called on it or we got one of the other players who wasn't playing at the time to call on it. Like, we were able to just to resolve it between ourselves really quickly and straightforward. We were like, yeah, what's the situation? This is it. Okay. Either someone checks it, yeah, you're not in arc or this, or we'll just roll for it. Like, in the long run, I think sometimes the best thing to do is just, if in doubt, roll for it.
Sure, and I've heard that before. I can't remember the length of time, but I did hear somebody say before, if you spend longer than X amount of time debating it with your opponent, then clearly it's not an obvious decision, and you can just.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if it's a rules question, then obviously that's different. But if it's, is it in arc? Is it out of arc? You spend longer than 30 seconds arguing about it, then you just gotta roll for it if there's no one else to make the call.
It can be quite tricky. One more damage going through, and that is going to be game. So not quite both ships down, but
close.
You know what? That was.
I expected a closer game. I think Conor was unfortunate with that bump, but you did really well to capitalise on it.
Yeah, I think that I had a game plan which was not let him absolutely destroy me with auto blasters, and I stuck with it. And I didn't, no matter what was coming up, I was like, right, keep to the game plan. And that really worked for me there.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that one.
Nicely done.
But yeah, thank you very much for joining us there, Andy.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And guys, don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.